what the administration submitted to us for these programs.
In a congressional hearing, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was noticeably duck-faced and pouty. Not only are House Democrats slamming his Pentagon budget request, but Senate Democrats are accusing Hegseth of dereliction of duty.
And Secretary Hegseth is focused on grooming, on attacking the Pentagon press corps, on attacking my colleagues, rather than the very real threats that we face.
Recently, Hegseth erupted on social media and ordered an investigation into Senator Coons' Democratic colleague, Mark Kelly of Arizona. On Face the Nation, Kelly noted that amidst the war in Iran, the U.S. military is running short on some munitions.
A number of times we've been briefed by the Pentagon on specific munitions. Actually, it's been pretty detailed on Tomahawks, ATACMS, SM-3s, THAAD rounds, Patriot rounds, so those interceptor rounds to defend ourselves. And the numbers are, I think it's fair to say it's shocking, how deep we have gone into these magazines, because this president got our country into this without a strategic goal, without a plan, without a timeline. And because of that, we've expended a lot of munitions.
Hegseth then wrote on X, "Captain Mark Kelly strikes again." Now he's blabbing on TV, falsely and dumbly, about a classified Pentagon briefing he received. Did he violate his oath again? Department of War legal counsel will review. Senator Kelly responded to Hegseth by writing on X, "We had this conversation in a public hearing a week ago, and you said it would take years to replenish some of these stockpiles. That's not classified. It's a quote from you." Kelly attached the video of Hegseth's quote and their conversation.
How many years to replenish? That's the question.
I think that's exactly the right question, too, Senator, because the time frame we were existing under was unacceptable.
Okay, well,
and what
tell
this
me,
budget does, months and years, fast.
Years.
I mean, we're building new plants in real time.
So just to replace what we have expended.
I said months.
And then you said years.
It depends on the weapon system.
Years, said Hegseth, though it depends on the weapon system. The skirmish between Kelly and Hegseth comes as an appeals court has indicated it will reject Hegseth's effort to strip Kelly's service rank over a video Kelly posted last year urging troops to reject unlawful orders. Here's part of the reporting and analysis on MS Now.
Hegseth's new call to investigate Kelly comes just days after a federal appeals court appeared ready to reject the defense secretary's effort to punish Kelly for posting a video last November with other Democrats calling on U.S. service members.
We're in the middle of a war that he pushed to get into, and instead of focusing on the war at hand, he's doing Donald Trump's bidding, trying to go after political enemies. Really? That's how he's spending his time?
And as Senator Coons noted, the issue at the heart of the latest Hegseth eruption at Senator Kelly, dwindling munitions, that issue is not a secret.
The fact that we've fired off a huge number of munitions that are difficult to replace is just public knowledge.
Coons added that Pete Hegseth's focus is absurd.
He's not focused on the right adversaries. He, in fact, said the other day that the main adversaries in this war in Iran are those of us in Congress. Criticize the Article 1 branch.
Instead of the Revolutionary Guard.
On this day, in a Senate Appropriations Committee hearing, Hegseth initially got derailed by a protester.
I'm honored to be joined alongside the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and Jay Hurst.
Moments later, with the demonstrator out of the room, Hegseth and his top generals tried to justify the Pentagon's request for a $500 billion military budget increase.
Is it your position, since you're asking taxpayers for another $500 billion for the war, that American families should be forced to give up child care and health coverage so that you can have $1.5 trillion for this budget?
Senator, that's not my department. I certainly support this, and I also support the president's efforts to find and remove fraud.
Most of the new budget is because of operations against Iran. Even Republican senators expressed frustration with the pace of negotiations with Iran. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina noted reports that Pakistan, the chief mediator in negotiations, is allegedly housing Iranian warplanes.
If the mediator is allowing reconnaissance aircraft in Iran to be parked in Pakistani air bases, do you think that's consistent with being a fair mediator?
Again, I wouldn't want to get in the middle of these negotiations. I want
well, I
maximum
do.
efficacy
I
for
want
our
to get in the
people.
middle of these negotiations. I don't trust Pakistan as far as I can throw them. If they actually do have Iranian aircraft parked in Pakistan bases to protect Iranian military assets, that tells me we should be looking maybe for somebody else to mediate. No wonder this damn thing is going nowhere. So, I appreciate all you've done. I'm very supportive of it. But when it comes to Pakistan and China, enough already.
Democratic Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois questioned Hegseth's top general about Iran's ability to continue blocking 20% of the world's energy supplies stuck in the Persian Gulf.
Could you explain to the American people why, with the vast investment we've made in national defense and military, how Iran, after they've been attacked by us, is still capable of stopping the traffic in the Straits of Hormuz?
Well, sure, it's a complex situation out there with a lot of different small boats that are out there and other capabilities. Some of this is on the commercial traffickers. Some of this is on, again, back to the main problem, and that's Iran holding the global economy hostage through the Straits. I would encourage them to think wisely about their next moves and to take the opportunity to open the Straits. They have that choice to make.
They certainly do. I guess the question in my mind is, as we talk about trillion-dollar-plus budgets for our military, it appears that a very small budget is holding us hostage in the Straits of Hormuz.
And that stalemate, of course, continues to cause tensions throughout the Trump administration. And it may also explain Pete Hegseth's desire to try and drum up a spat with Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. Bashing Senator Kelly, even if the charge about spilling secrets is absurd, takes attention away from the underlying problem for Pete Hegseth. The U.S. military has burned through its munitions stock and still not accomplished the goal set at the beginning of the Iran war. And as Iran continues to block the Strait of Hormuz and gas prices soar even higher, public anger at Trump and Hegseth's war keeps growing. So Secretary Pete Hegseth is focusing on a new target, not the Iranians or the Revolutionary Guard Corps, but Democratic senators that Hegseth can fight with in hearings and on social media. That's how pathetic Pete Hegseth has become. By the way, even voters on Fox News have now turned against the Trump administration.
The change that I was expecting from the president himself, I don't feel in my everyday life, which is concerning to me. I still feel, obviously, that, prices are very, very, very high. If you're going to the grocery store or just in general, because inflation still exists. Unfortunately, now we have the higher gas prices, which really hurt, everyday people in their pocket.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Ron, who wrote, "How effing stupid can you be to vote for Trump? I just don't get it." I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Democratic senators humiliating Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth by citing the Secretary's own words. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.